Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are live from Riverdale High School for tonight's home matchup as your Raiders will face off against the Mariner Tritons. Thank you for tuning in to the Riverdale Baseball Broadcast Network. This is Nick Rush tuning in live. Thank you for joining us once again. It's a great night for baseball, and if you'd like to come out and spectate the game for yourself, tickets start at just $4, so come out and support your Riverdale Raiders. But you're more than welcome to tune into the audio broadcast. Remember, if you cannot make it out to any Raider game for that matter, you can join us for the broadcast for all 7 home games as we are just about set for the first pitch. On the mound for your Raiders is Jesse Lighthall. He had a spectacular last appearance on the mound, which I believe was last Thursday versus Lehigh, where he pitched a shutout, 10-0 final score. Raiders won that game in the 6th inning due to mercy rule, and we are just about set. Lighthall, your starting pitcher, sets at the letters. Your line whip and fire, and we are underway for today's game, 7:02 p.m. First pitch, down low in the corners, meets the dirt for ball 1, and we are underway once again. Thank you for tuning in. Here comes the 1-0. Chopper to third base to Tyler Prell. He's not going to be able to snatch it up. Goes to shallow left, and they'll cut it back off to first to keep that runner over. So it's a leadoff single to start off the game for the Mariner batting.
Next batter for the Tritons, shortstop number 5, Brandon Fury.
Brandon Fury comes up to the plate. Off to the left hand of the batter's box, a right-handed hitter. Nice crowd filing on hand here for tonight's game. It's a humid night. Let's tell you about it. 74 degrees. 0% precipitation, so rain's the last thing on our mind, but when going southwest at 1 mile per hour, first pitch gets in for a ball, once again down low. 78% humidity. It's a hot one up here in the press box. Once again, just underway, 1 man on first and no outs at the top of the first. Lighthall with the windup. Chopper, the right field gap into right field. Here comes your runner chugging to third. So that's going to be a base hit now with men on third and second. Good way to start off for Mariner early on in the game as the third batter due up comes to the box. And that's Dante Simonati, the second baseman for Mariner.
Next batter for Mariner, second baseman number 10, Dante Simonati.
And we were expecting Mariner to come out attacking. This is a very good baseball school, and this is some information I got last night. In all these years of Raider baseball, there has not been one time where Riverdale has defeated Mariner. Chopper to shortstop, scooped up, fired to first for your first out of the ball game, but a runner will come home for your first run of the ball game. That's Mason Eaker.
Now batting for Mariner, right fielder number 9, Christian Velez.
So good way to start it off with your top 3 men batting for Mariner. A single, another single, and then an RBI double to score the first runner of the ball game. Now 1 out and a man on second. First pitch to Christian Velez. Down low for a ball 1. The skies are cleared, and we have a full moon out in right field. Quite the scene. Swung on and missed. That goes foul. Off the tip of the bat and to the backstop. Now a 1-1 count. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Once again at the top of the first. Christian Velez playing to right field on the Mariner defense today. Let's take a look at the Raiders after a 3-2 walk-off win against Charlotte last Tuesday, a game that I missed. The Riverdale Raiders, who are 3-5 coming into tonight's game, face off against a 5-3 Mariner Tritons. They will check over the second with a throw. Cuts loose from the second baseman, but luckily runners will stay at their place. And I do apologize for there not being a broadcast last Tuesday. That was due to an illness, but I am back. Very eager to get back into calling the baseball game. Catcher Kevin McEltrott heads up to pitcher's mound for a quick chat, and he'll head back to the box. Once again, Mariner attacking very early on here in today's contest. Pitch down low for a ball. That's a fastball coming in. Riverdale, look at their uniforms. Garnet red uniforms. White script Raiders across the chest. White numbers on the back. Gray pants, red hats, and caps with the right script R fixed on the center, which stands for Riverdale. The 2-1. Chopper, the right field. Kiss it goodbye. It's foul. And out of the baseball complex. The Raiders come into today's game representing Class 7A District 11, which consists of the Fort Myers Green Wave, who is currently number 1 with a 5-4 record. Second is the Gulf Coast Sharks, who are 5-2. Third is the Riverdale Raiders, who are 3-5, and fourth is the Charlotte Tarpons, who are 2-5. Riverdale is the only team from Class 7A District 11 that is playing a game tonight. The Raiders are 2-1 when playing against teams in the division. Pitch high up and tight for another ball. Now 3 balls and 2 strikes, 1 out. With a man on third threatening to score, he will play as the second run for Mariner if he can come across. We'll talk about Mariner and their division in just a moment after the payoff. Chopper down the third base side goes foul. Mariner comes into tonight's game representing 5A District 12, which consists of 6 teams. Let's take a look at the standings. It starts at the top with the Cape Coral Seahawks, who are 8-1. Mariner is second in the division with a 5-3 record. Third is the Cypress Lake Panthers with a 5-3 win-loss record. Fourth is the Golden Gate Titans, who are 2-6. Fifth is the Leely Trojans, knocked in the center, caught up by Hefner in center field. He will cut it off to the pitcher's mound. Runner going to get in for the second run for the Tritons. Good start for them. Now 2-0 your score. I believe that was Dante Simonati coming in for the run.
First baseman number 4, Logan Hannon.
And that was Christian Velez after a lengthy at-bat, getting the sac fly to center field. High up, it's a pop-up. Kevin McEltrott throws off the mask, cut down the third base side, and they finally do it. There's your 3 outs, but not before Mariner scores 2 runs. We head to the bottom of the first. Riverdale looking to swing the sticks for the first time in tonight's game. We come up to bat right after this.
Leading off, bottom of the first inning for your Raiders, second baseman number 1, Tyler Yeager.
Tyler Yeager is batting at the top of the order in today's game for your Raiders. At the bottom of the first, your score is 2-0 in advantage of the Mariner Tritons as they come out attacking, bringing in 2 runs off of an RBI and a sac fly. First pitch to Yeager, gets in for a strike, a fastball, 0-1. Well, when we last left the broadcast for a break, we were talking about Mariner and their standings, 5A District 12. I'll go through that one more time. I was interrupted midway. Once again, Cape Coral, 8-1 at the top. 5-3 is Mariner in second place. 5-3 is the Cypress Lake Panthers in third. Fourth is the 2-6 Golden Gate Titans. 3-6 Lely Trojans are fifth, and at the bottom is the Immokalee Indians, who are 4-6. The Tritons are 4-1 when competing against teams in the division. Pitch to Yeager, smacked the shortstop, and a leaping catch made by the shortstop. That was beautiful. Leaping feet into the air to glove that one up and flash the leather.
Next batter for your Raiders, center fielder number 4, Dustin Hefner.
And that was Brandon Fury coming up with the catch at the shortstop position. Up comes Dustin Hefner. His first pitch, down low, off to the corners for a ball 1. Dustin Hefner, we're going to get to know some of our players tonight. Once again, like I mentioned last Thursday versus the Lightning on our last broadcast, he's a big fan of the New York Giants football team. And he's a big fan of the Tampa Bay Rays when it comes to baseball. This is a close pitch outside for a ball. Now 3 balls and no strikes. Dustin Hefner, 17 at-bats this season. 3 runs and 3 hits. And he's going to take a base on balls as he digs in the first.
Now batting for Riverdale, shortstop, number 2, Nick Blasucci.
Nick Blasucci comes up in that 3rd spot. He's going to be playing shortstop today. And from what I heard, Nick Blasucci is a Red Sox fan. And if that's true, he has some pretty good taste. Yours truly is a Red Sox fan as well. His first pitch, down low in the corners for another ball. Seems like this pitcher on the mound is mainly focusing down low in the corners. And that pitcher is Anthony Lopez. Oh, look at this. Hefner taking off to second. Nailed off the leg of the umpire and spills out the center field. And I wonder what they're going to do as a result of this.
It's a dead ball.
So there's a possibility this is a dead ball here. And
It's a dead ball.
yeah, now the infield's going to come in. So what's going to happen as a result of this? We're going to have to see the ruling. There's still some chatter going on in the infield. And it looks like Hefner is hanging around second, so from what I see, Hefner will hang on second. And meanwhile, Blasucci will stay at first for a single.
Your next rated batter, catcher number 11, Kevin McEltrott.
Kevin McEltrott, the catcher, playing in a clean-up spot with 1 out. 1 man on second, that's Hefner, and Blasucci over on first. Once again, at the bottom of the first. Your score is 2-0 in advantage of Mariner over the Riverdale Raiders. Hefner taking a nice leadoff over on second. So is Blasucci. Pitch down low for a ball 1. Mariner, like I said earlier, in the first, top of the first that is, Mariner's a good baseball school. The Tritons finished the 2014 season overall with a 16-12 win-loss record. Pitch on the way, high up. Over the strike plate, they perform well in the playoffs, defeating teams like Cypress Lake 10-0, Cape Coral 5-4, and Lemon Bay 5-2. Their postseason run was stopped short by Cape Coral, as they were defeated 3-0 as a part of the Class 5A 2014 FHSAA Baseball State Championship. Another pitch for a ball. 3 balls, no strikes. The winner of that tournament was Jesuit High School, a private learning institution out of Tampa. Once again, Kevin McEltrott at the plate. His pitch gets in for a strike. Kevin McEltrott overall with 25 at-bats of the season, 2 runs, 3 hits. Overall, he has 3 RBIs and a batting average of 120. Sluggers percentage of 200. On base percentage of 179. We are rolling down the stats as a strike gets called in. That was a close one along the edges, and they'll count it as a strike. It's now a full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. A long single can take it out to the outfield, so Riverdale hoping. And a 2-point deficit taking out the board. Knock to right field. That could bring home this runner. Hefner chugging along third. Cut off to the pitcher's mound, and it's too late. Hefner makes his way home with an RBI single from Kevin McEltrott. Your score is now 2-1 at the bottom of the first.
Courtesy runner for McEltrott, now running at first base. Number 10, Colton Seitz. Your next Raider batter, pitcher, number 16, Jesse Lighthall.
And Jesse Lighthall coming up to bat, and as you just heard from our public address announcer, over on first is Colton Seitz. Jesse Lighthall will be your starting pitcher once again in tonight's game with a runner on second and first. Riverdale, with that RBI single, able to split the Mariner lead in half. It's now 2-1 your score at the bottom of the first once again. Pitch foul down the third base side. The Tritons took about a 34-minute bus ride to get to Riverdale for tonight's matchup. Mariner is a public high school out of Cape Coral, for anyone wondering. We'll tell you about their uniforms in just a minute. They're very unique. They'll bluff a throw over to second, and they'll keep that runner on. Overall, their uniforms, they remind me of the Chicago White Sox black uniforms. They're black script uniforms, horizontal white line across the chest, smack the shortstop, fire across the diamond to first. He's not going to be in time. He's safe, and your bases are loaded. Man on third, man on second, man on first, and an infield single for Jesse Lighthall, your pitcher. Tyler Prell coming up, the third baseman.
Courtesy runner for Lighthall, now running at first base, number 39, Ryan Cooper. Your next Raider batter, third baseman, number 7, Tyler Prell.
Ryan Cooper, now a courtesy runner over on first, and Tyler Prell comes up. Overall, he's the six-man due-up in the batting order. We're here in the first. Both teams are coming out swinging to start it off. Prell swings to the first one. The shortstop goes to second for one, fires the first, and it hits him in the glove. Runner coming home, hoping for two, and they're not going to get it. There's your out. Well, one run did come home, and we are tied at 2 apiece, but runner coming around, hoping to give Riverdale their first lead of the game, and they're not going to get it, or to call it out. But Tyler Prell is going to dig in over the first. Back-to-back infield singles for your Raiders as Colin Acevedo comes up. He's the 7th man due up of the lineup. Actually, that's Coleman Rost. So pardon me. Yeah, reading the wrong name. You don't want that, but take a look at this. It's Coleman Rost. First pitch for a strike. And once again, I apologize for not calling that last game. Once again, that's due to illness, bronchitis to be exact. But in that last game, which was Tuesday, Coleman Rost hit a home run. It had to be the game I missed, of course. Not to mention, it also had to be the game where the Raiders hit a walk-off. That was Nick Blasucci. Later on in the game, we'll talk about the recap of Tuesday's ball game. That one gets away from the catcher. Runner coming around third. Runner advances over to second as well, so 2 men in scoring territory. So 2 runners in scoring territory, 1 on third, 1 on second. Once again, here at the bottom of the first. Well, once again, black script uniforms for Mariner. Horizontal white line across the chest with black script Mariner in the center. Gray pants, black hats, and caps with the white M fixed on the center for Mariner. Now a 1-2 count for Coleman Rost, who once again hit a home run in last Tuesday's game. This next one, outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Overall, 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs, and we're tied 2-2 at the bottom of the first. A whole lot of 2s coming up. High up, and it's now a full count for Coleman Rost. Well, out of the 4 home games total we played here at RHS, Coleman Rost has hit a home run in 3 of them. Payoff. Down to first base side goes foul in front of the Raider dugout. And once again, we talked about this earlier last Thursday. Coleman, he hits the homers off of fastballs. And like I said, that's a batter's favorite pitch. If you get the good timing off of it, you can do some damage, definitely. No, that one was dangerously close. And it looks like it hit him. So he will advance over to first. That flew in the air and deflected all the way to the backstop off the net. That looked painful.
Batting next for your Raiders, left fielder, number 8, Matisse Bover.
So here comes Matisse Bover. Up to the plate. Right now you have a meeting on the mound. Slow defensive start for both of these teams. It seems like here in the first, it's 2-2 once again. Bottom of the first, 2 outs overall as Bover steps up to the plate. Matisse Bover comes up with 20 at-bats of the season. 2 runs, 7 hits. Digging in off to the right side of the batter's box. He's a lefty. Swings it to center field. Gloved up, and that does it for your first inning of play. Both teams bringing in 2 runs, and we are tied as we head to inning number 2 right after this.
The second inning for the Mariner Tritons. Third baseman number 24, Andrew Arsenal.
Andrew Arsenal comes up to the plate. Is your leadoff man. Overall, he's the 6th man in the batting order, due up. Right-handed hitter. His first pitch from Whitehall, high over the strike plate for a ball. Well, let's recap that top of the first. Mariner bringing in 2 runs. One coming from Mason Eaker, and the other coming from Dante Seminati. The 1-0, whacked over to the right side. Fires the first from second base, and there's your first out. With a grounder to second. Up next is Nick Gallant.
Next strike batter, designated hitter, number 8, Nick Gallant.
Nick Gallant, that is. Playing the DH. Once again, it's the top of the second. And your score is 2-2. And a strike comes in for his first pitch. Well, both teams coming into today's contest with a 2-game winning streak. Both squads are hoping to expand the streak as both schools come into tonight's game with 2 consecutive victories. The Raiders previously defeated Lehigh 10-0 here at Riverdale exactly a week ago last Thursday. They started their streak last Tuesday as shortstop Nick Blasucci hit a walk-off single to defeat the division rival Charlotte Tarpons by a 3-2 score. Both games took place right here on their home turf. The 0-2 pitch down low in the dirt. Meanwhile, Mariner recently collected 2 wins, which included beating Cypress Lake last Friday by a 4-1 outcome, and they defeated Golden Gate as well with a 10-1 final score. So one of these teams tonight will lose their streak while the other will win their 3rd straight game. Rocked to left center. Hefner going to track it down and gloves it up. So far a 2-up, 2-down inning for the Raider defense. That was a fly out to center once again.
Batting next for Mariner, catcher number 22, Steven Gregiski.
Steven Gregiski steps up. He's the catcher for Mariner in today's ball game. For a strike high up for his first pitch. Once again, it's a humid day here at the ballpark. I feel sorry for those officials. They're wearing the short sleeve shirts, the black shirts with the gray pants, and the black shoes. First pitch for a strike, now 0-2. And they're wearing the black face masks. We have two officials here in the game of high school baseball, one behind home plate, one down the first base side. 0-2 with 2 outs. Pitch. They're not going to call it a strike there along the edges. It's another close one. And that will keep the inning going here at the top of the second once again. Here comes the pitch, hoping to end the inning here, and he won't do it. Look at that, 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs, 2-2. At the top of inning number 2, we have all doubles on the scoreboard. Once again, Whitehall hoping to end the inning with any pitch. Here it comes, check swing, got him. Bottom of the second, we continue, still tied at 2 apiece right after this on the Riverdale Baseball Radio Network.
Your Raiders 2. Leading off bottom of the second inning for your Raiders, right fielder number 9, Matt Hardy.
Matt Hardy stepping up to begin the bottom of the second. Once again, your score 2-2 between the Mariner Tritons and your Riverdale Raiders right here at Riverdale High School in Fort Myers, Florida. Hardy's first pitch high up in the corners for a ball. Matt Hardy, overall 19 at-bats this season, 4 runs, 5 hits. An average of .263. Coming into tonight's contest, a 1-1 pitch on the way. Gets in for another strike, a fastball in the heart of the strike plate. Great night for baseball here. Nice crowd filing in down the first base side as the Raider fans sitting right behind the Riverdale dugouts. And this ball, that's going to walk him. And he was hit by a pitch. Looks like he got him right on the knee there. And he'll take a free ride over to first base to start off the second inning once again.
Next batter for your Raiders, second baseman, number 1, Tyler Yeager.
And we head to the top of the batting order once again as Tyler Yeager will go for a second at-bat after a fly out the shortstop. He'll come up with 1 man on first. They're going to signal for a bunt. Squares it down the middle. Pitcher scoops it up, fires the first for out number 1 of the half inning. Meanwhile, that'll extend the runner over to second, so that's the good thing. So Yeager goes 0 for 2 in today's contest.
Next batter, center fielder, number 4, Dustin Hefner.
Up comes Dustin Hefner. He had a base on balls in the first, and he scored a run. The pitch squares another bunt. Extends the runner to third. Pitcher fires to first. He is going to be safe, and now you have runners around the corners, third and first with a 1 out here at the bottom of the second. Up comes Nick Blasucci.
Your next Raider batter, shortstop, number 2, Nick Blasucci.
So here comes Blasucci. He hit a single in the first. And now he has a chance to extend a runner from home.
Call it special defense.
Yeah, catcher jumping up, making a gesture towards the field. Blasucci hoping to earn his 5th RBI of the season right here at the plate. Let's see if he can do it. Pitch way off. Hefner will extend his way over to second base, so he will get the stolen base on the play.
That's what I call a pitch off.
Yeah, that was way off, way to the back of Nick Blasucci.
That's a pitch off.
Meanwhile, you have a runner over on third. He hesitated at first. He decided should he go or not, but he decides he should stay back. Bluffs a throw over to second, the pitcher. And Anthony Lopez. And Blasucci steps back into the batter's box. And once again, nice fans coming into today's game. Seats are packed. But still, once again, plenty of time to come out and enjoy today's game. Many seats to go around. Once again, tickets start at $4 if you'd like to come out to any of our Raider home games. Riverdale will be tending off to the right side when it comes to the benches, and off to the left side, Mariner will take the dugouts. From my view at the press box, pitch down low for a ball, now 3-0. With a walk, that can load up the bases, and the best part, with only one out here, once again, bottom of the second, tied it to a piece. Pitch barely gets in along the edges. 4-year strike. Well, of sights and sounds once again, high up in the press box, high atop the action at Riverdale High School. Knocked down the third base side, goes fouled out. Hold the runners back at second and third. Looks like Hefner took off there. He was way at the midway between third and second. But here at Riverdale High School, right in front of us, over the center field wall, we have Carl Engel Field, our football field / lacrosse, and soccer's held there as well. Multi-purpose stadium, I'd like to call it. But tonight we have lacrosse. Nice crowd. Chopper down the third base side goes foul. We do have some fans on the top row, the area we would call the cheap seats, but we were talking about it, and they're probably watching the lacrosse game. But hey, if there's a time to have the cheap seats, it would be Tuesday night, as we have the division rival Fort Myers Green Wave coming here. So, hey, maybe they'll be here for that game. But either way, they're always a good time when they come out. Blasucci having a very long at-bat, knocks it down the middle of the bouncer, brings a runner home. There's one, and there's two. Dustin Hefner makes his way in for his second run of the ball game, and Riverdale is going to hop on top 4-2 at the bottom of the second. There we go. So in 2 innings, they score 2 runs and only 1 out, so it's not over just yet. But now you have the Mariner manager coming out, and he's going to chat with the home plate umpire about something. Speaking of that, let's take a look at your head coaches for today's game. For Mariner, it's Tom Woodley, and for your Riverdale Raiders, as usual, it's Coach Bob Pringle. Meanwhile, we're also going to have the infield come in for a talk as well. So, a stop at the play. Once again, bottom of the second, 4-2 Raiders as they just clinch on to their first lead of the ball game. And that was Matt Hardy also coming in. So he shared runs with Dustin Hefner. So it's Matt Hardy coming in from third on to play, and then Dustin Hefner. The meeting still goes on over at the pitching mound. And listen to this. Oh, how about this? We got some good music to go along with it. You Had a Bad Day by Daniel Pouters. It looks like we may have a pitching change. Either way, we're going to take a very quick break, and we'll tell you all about it right after this.
For the Tritons.
We are back for more Raider action at the bottom of the second. The score is 4-2, an advantage of the Raiders, as Kevin McEltrock comes up to the plate with a man on second. Just moments ago, we saw Riverdale take their first lead of the ball game. 2 runners came in. Once again, that's Matt Hardy and Dustin Hefner. Hardy coming in from third, Hefner from second, with an RBI double. Knocked to shortstop. Scooped up and he lost control. Runner making his way over to third. And once again, you have runners on first and third. Around the corners we go. Once again, with 1 out.
Next batter for Riverdale, pitcher number 16, Jesse Whitehall.
Pitcher-on-pitcher matchup coming up here. Let's take a look at your brand new pitcher. Just moments ago, we saw Anthony Lopez taken off the mound, and taking his spot is Brandon Fury. Brandon Fury originally played shortstop on the lineup coming into today's game? Well, when we left off, we were talking about all kinds of events going on in Riverdale High School tonight. We have the baseball game, we have the lacrosse game going right in front of us at Carl Angle Field once again, and we also have softball action as well. So, when it comes to the athletics, it's a jam-packed night here. Thursday night at Riverdale High School. Your count is 0-0. First pitch coming up for Lighthall. With one man on first, one man on third once again. Pitch down low for a ball. Pitch on the way. Swung on and miss. Remember Jesse Lighthall, he also batted in the first inning. He hit a single. Tyler Prell is on the on-deck circle. He also hit a single in the first. Overall, once again, 6 batters came up in that first inning. Checking over the first, and he's able to get back in time with a dive. Some chatter being made by the Raider dugout as usual. No surprise there. They like to have a good time on the game nights. Checking over the first once again, just trying to keep him close, and he's back in time. Not taking too large of a lead off. One ball, one strike, one out. Bottom of the second. Pitcher Fury sets up. And he releases. Look at this. Runner taking off for a second. And he's going to have to come back. Foul ball. So when he gets that one opportunity to finally take off for a second, it's fouled off to the backstop. And if that was not a foul ball, anything but a foul ball, he would have made that, in my mind. But your count now 1-2 with that foul ball. Runner jerking around on third. Pitch gets in for a strike, and that strikes him out. That's your first strikeout of the game for the Tritons fielding unit.
Next batter for Riverdale, third baseman, number 7, Tyler Prell.
Tyler Prell stepping up. Once again, he had a single in the first. He's playing third base on the infield. He has that man on third, and with 2 outs, let's see what he can do here. Hoping to bring in his second RBI this season with that man over on third. Prell, once again, a freshman here on the varsity squad. His first pitch, down low for a ball. Tonight's varsity baseball contest represents Game 3 of the 6-game homestand here at Riverdale High School. Let's take a look at the remaining games. March 10th versus the division rival Fort Myers Green Wave. That's this Tuesday. The 13th against the South Fort Myers Wolfpack, which is senior night. The 17th as the Raiders go face-to-face against the Heritage Mountaineers, a high school out of Maryville, Tennessee. And that'll do it for your homestand. So there are 3 more games remaining on the Raider homestand, and overall just 5 more home games in the regular season after tonight's game. It sure is zooming by fast, at least for me. 2-0 count. Runner taking off for a second. That ball one hopped off the catcher's chest protector, and runner successfully makes his way over to second. And once again, Riverdale finds himself in a familiar position with those 2 runners over in scoring territory. Now Prell has the opportunity to bring in 2 runners if he can knock a good one to the outfield. But it's been a long second inning here, but there are 2 outs, so it can end any moment with the ball. And it's a ball off the 3-0 count, and that's going to walk Prell. He goes 2 for 2 in today's game. Bases now loaded.
Designated hitter, number 21, Coleman Roust.
Oh man, bases loaded. He's the home run hitter. Oh, if he can... Well, my imagination is running wild here. After seeing him hit all these home runs, just makes you wonder. First pitch gets away from him. The catcher, that is, and he will track it down behind home plate for the ball. Runners will stay where they are. Coleman Rost now with a 1-0 count. Rost was hit by a pitch in the first. Runner on third, one on second, one on first, smack down the third base side, foul. We're now tied up at 1-1 count. 4-2 once again, Raiders lead, bottom of the second, with 2 outs. Raiders have developed a good pace so far in today's ball game, and they have to keep it up once again. Riverdale has never in school history defeated Mariner when it comes to the varsity baseball product, so it'd be great to call this historic moment in Raider baseball history. Watches the ball go by, now 2-1 count for Rost. Smacks down the third base side. That's foul. That was a violent one. And that runner over on third, he had to dive down. That's Nick Blasucci. Yeah, Nick Blasucci had to get down fast.
Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me.
Once again, when you're pitching against Rost, you need to lay off the fastballs. That's the key to any pitcher, I would tell them. High up in the corners for a ball. Hey, and I'm not even a professional analyst, and I feel like anyone can really come up with that. Now, a 2-2 count. This next pitch will determine if we go on with the bottom of the second or head to the top of the third, where Mariner will bat again. Here it comes. It's close, and they call it a strikeout. Oh man, Rost is surprised at that one, and he goes 1 for 2. And after the bags get juiced and loaded, it's a strikeout to end the fun. Top of the third. Your score is 4-2. We come back with more Raider baseball right after a quick break.